Alright, what's up guys? We should be live. Appreciate you guys tuning into the stream. We have another big news day, so there's going to be a lot to talk about. A lot of news came out during the day, specifically from Golden State. Golden State, they're on the second night of a back-to-back, so kind of as expected, or at least I don't want to say as expected, but not surprisingly, the Warriors are pretty much tanking this game. They're going to be sitting everyone. Curry's out, Andrew Wiggins is out, Klay Thompson's out, Otto Porter's out, and then Draymond remains out, Wiseman remains out, Bjelica's out as well. So Golden State, they are going to have 9 players available today. Jordan Poole, Kevon Looney, Kuminga, Gary Payton, Damian Lee, Weatherspoon, Moody, JTA, and Chioza. Those are going to be the 9 players available for Golden State. So, Golden State, they're going to be a team you look to today for value. Their most expensive player is Jordan Poole, and he's $5,500. So, you're going to be loading up on Warriors. You're probably going to be playing 3, maybe 4 Warriors in every lineup. It's just hard to ignore this team. There's so much value from Golden State now. With how much value that's opened up from this team specifically, it's very easy to pay up for Giannis, Jokic, Harden if you want to go that route. So this is definitely shaping up as a stars and scrubs slate. We'll kind of talk about Golden State, kind of the value that I'm looking to there. We will have to see who they start, because I think starting lineup's going to be really important. But there's a lot of value from the Warriors now with all the guys that they're sitting. And then outside of Golden State, there wasn't too many other big news that came out during the day. Brandon Ingram's questionable. We'll have to see if he plays or not. DeAndre Ayton has a chance to play now. He's questionable, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Obviously, guys like Bismack would be out of play if Ayton returns. And I think that's really it. Mainly just wanted to talk about Golden State because obviously the slate's completely changed now that all those guys are sitting for the Warriors. But if you guys enjoy the content, please do hit the like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button as well. If you have any questions for tonight's slate, you can start throwing those in chat. We'll try and answer all your guys' questions. We'll probably be live till about 6:30 Eastern for the next 20-25 minutes. We'll just kind of talk through the slate, chill, answer some questions, and hopefully we can win some money tonight. Nick asked, favorite small forward pay up? I mean, the small forward position, it really sucks today. If you're paying up, I guess Jimmy Butler would be my favorite option. But the small forward position is really bad. There's not a ton of small forwards I really like, to be honest with you. I think Jimmy Butler, Ant, especially now that Russell's not playing, I think Ant's fine. OG Anunoby, just for the minutes he's going to play. Same with Scotty Barnes. I think those guys are in play. But yeah, small forward's the worst position on the slate for sure. Fair value guards are a bunch. It's got to be the Golden State guys. So, Poole, Gary Payton, Moses Moody, I think is a good value. He should start. He started yesterday. I think he starts again. He's minimum salary $3K. I like him a lot for value. So yeah, that's what we'll have to be looking to for value, or those guys for sure. I see some people asking about Jokic. We don't have an update yet on Jokic. He's still questionable. Looking at the props for the Nuggets today, it seems like the prop sites are expecting Jokic to be out, because right now Prize Picks, they don't have Jokic on their board, and they're projecting Will Barton and Aaron Gordon pretty highly. They're almost projecting them like Jokic is out. So I don't really know. We'll just have to pay attention to that. But yeah, we really don't have any update on Jokic. It's a back-to-back for the Nuggets. They play again tomorrow, so I think maybe Jokic could sit tonight and then play tomorrow. But yeah, we'll have to watch that. If Jokic plays, I think he's one of the top studs, and it's very easy to pay up for him with how much value we have now from Golden State. Hit the like button. Shout out Noah for real. I appreciate you, Damon. Favorite center plays on Yahoo today? I think there's some value at center that we can talk about. So Jackson Hayes, I do want to talk about him. He started yesterday alongside J-Val. I don't know if this is something they're going to do moving forward or if it was just like a matchup-based thing. But if Jackson Hayes starts again, I think he's a really good value. He played 31 minutes yesterday, was really productive. He's always been a pretty productive player when he gets minutes. So I'd like Jackson Hayes quite a bit at center if he's starting again. If he doesn't start, then I'd probably be off of him. But if you're not going there, you could go to like I think Vooch on Yahoo looks pretty good. I think J-Val at $31 is appealing. Obviously, you could pay up for Jokic if he plays. Juan Toscano-Anderson should see a lot of run with how short-handed Golden State is. So if you want to play JTA for cheap, I think that's fine. But I think Jackson Hayes, if he starts again, I like him quite a bit for value. Hope you have a good day so far, man. I'm almost off of work. Good day so far for me, man. Hope the same for you. Booker, Irving, or Siakam. I go Devin Booker there. Let's go, Noah. Keep up the good content. Appreciate you, Anthony. Appreciate you, my man. Van Vliet, J-Val, or Edwards? Give me Van Vliet there. You like Kyrie on this slate? I would have liked Kyrie a lot more if Harden sat. Harden, it seems like, is going to play. He's probable now. I think Kyrie's playable, but not like a priority option for me, especially with Harden expected play. Bam, Drew, or Kuzma? Give me Kuzma there. Thoughts on Gary Payton? I think Gary Payton's a really good value. I mean, he should start. I'm expecting the Warriors starting lineup to be Poole, Payton, Moody, Kuminga, and Looney. I think that's who the Warriors are going to start. So yeah, if Payton starts, I mean, he's going to probably play close to, if not over 30 minutes, and he's cheap on both sides. He's a really good value. Booker versus Paul. I don't have a strong stance between Devin Booker and Chris Paul. I really never do. I think Chris Paul has the higher floor. I think Devin Booker offers the higher ceiling. Ownership-wise, I can take a look at their ownership and see if there's like a big difference. Right now, Chris Paul's coming in with 3.8% projected ownership. Devin Booker's coming in with 26%. So like in that scenario, if Devin Booker's going to be 27% owned and Chris Paul's going to be 4% owned, I would just play Chris Paul if you're playing in tournaments. Even though Devin Booker kind of has the higher ceiling, I would still play Chris Paul in that scenario. Thoughts on Jokic? I mean, if Jokic plays, I think he's a really strong pay up. Basically, any slate Jokic is on, he's going to be one of my favorite studs. And with how much value there is now, it's very easy to pay up for Jokic if you want to go that route. Anthony Pirtle or Portis? Give me Jakob Pirtle there. Would you play Payton, Kuminga, and Poole in the same lineup, or Looney instead of Payton? You can play those three guys in the same lineup. I mean, you're going to be playing a lot of Warriors today. I think it's fine to play 3, 4 Warriors. I don't know if I would play 5, but I think 4 is totally fine. There's just so much value. Everyone's cheap. They're going to have to play minutes. It's hard to ignore the Warriors. You're going to have to be playing multiple Golden State guys. Thoughts on $28 Pirtle? Yeah, I think that's fine as well if you want to go there at center. Pirtle's been playing really well lately. He's been getting big minutes. I think the price tag's gotten to a point where he's not like a standout play, but he is still viable. What's up, Didi? What's up, my man? You think Milwaukee game blows out? I mean, it could. Right now, I think that game does have one of the bigger spreads. I think Milwaukee's favored by like 12. Without Bradley Beal, I mean, there's definitely a chance Washington comes out here and gets blown out, but I'm not going to I'm not going to predict that. I just build my lineups and hope every game stays close. So there's a chance it blows out, but I'm not going to fade anyone because it could blow out. Harden, CP3, Towns, or Vooch? I would go Harden there if you have the salary. Barton or Trent? I would say Gary Trent for now, but if we get word that Jokic is out, I would swap to Barton. I would prefer Barton in that scenario if Jokic is out. But for now, I would just take Trent. Jokic, Giannis, or Murray? I would probably go Jokic if you have a salary. Your thoughts on Tom Brady retirement? I mean, Tom Brady's the GOAT, man. He's a legend. Hate to see him retiring because I feel like Tom Brady had a few more years in him. I mean, he's really shown like no decline at all. I really thought Brady was going to retire, when he started to decline, when he started to, not play as good. I mean, he hasn't shown like any decline. I was really surprised he retired then. I thought he would try and win like one more Super Bowl and then retire on that. Brady's the GOAT, man. I hate to see him gone. Guys like Tom Brady, LeBron, like those guys, when they retire, it doesn't feel good. It just doesn't feel like the same. It's gonna be weird watching football without Brady. Assuming Joker is out, who's your best pay-up options? Probably Giannis, Dejounte Murray. Those are probably like my two favorites. If Jokic doesn't play. Favorite small forward, dude. Small forward, yeah, it's like so bad tonight. I don't really have much of a preference. I mean, on Golden State, like who's small forward eligible that you can play? So like I guess you could play like Damian Lee, but he's probably more of a GPP option. Like I would say you could go cheap and play like a Warrior, but Damian Lee's the only small forward eligible Warrior. If you play on Yahoo, you can play Moses Moody at small forward on Yahoo, so I like him a lot there. But yeah, like I think small forward, if you're paying up, probably Jimmy Butler, Ant, my two favorites in the mid range. I think the Toronto guys, OG and Scotty Barnes, are both fine. If you're going a little bit cheaper, I mean, there's just not much, dude. Small forward's so bad today. I mean, maybe like Aaron Gordon. If Jokic gets ruled out, I think Aaron Gordon would be a really good play. So it's just not good. Thoughts on a low-owned Drew? I mean, Drew just, whenever Jokic and Middleton are healthy, or not Jokic, whenever Giannis and Middleton are healthy, I just really don't ever play Drew. Like when Giannis is healthy, guys like Drew and Middleton, like they're not guys I really ever play. Unless it's like a 2-game slate or something. With it being 7 games, I just don't think I think the only Milwaukee guy I'd be playing would be Giannis. Moody over Lee if starting. I think Moody will start. He started yesterday, so I'm expecting him to start again. I prefer him over Lee just straight up. Again, I think the Warriors starting lineup is going to be Peyton, Poole, Moody, Kuminga, and Kevon Looney. I think that's going to be the starting 5. Who benefits the most with Beal out? I mean, it's definitely Dinwiddie and Kuzma. Thoughts on Paul now that Ayton may play? I mean, I think Chris Paul, Devin Booker both get a slight bump down if Ayton is in. Booker and Paul have been playing so well lately. They've been playing so many minutes that I don't think they would be just like out of play. But obviously, if Ayton returns, I think their usage would go down a little bit. I think, at their price tags, they wouldn't look as good. They would still be fine though, but they just wouldn't look as good. Who's the best value play tonight under 5K? I mean, you're probably looking to someone from Golden State. Gary Payton, Kuminga, one of those guys. Herb Jones in play tonight. I think he's playable, but not someone I have a ton of interest in. I mean, the Pelicans, like, if Jackson Hayes starts again, I really like him for value, but outside of Jackson Hayes, I'm not too excited about many Pelicans today. And that first game in general, the Pelicans-Pistons game, you can almost, like, fade that game. Again, I think if Jackson Hayes starts, I would like him a lot, but that's about it. Like, I really don't like much in that first game. Favorite Warriors today? It's going to depend on the starting lineup. I think that's going to be really important, but my favorite Golden State guys are probably, at the moment, Poole, Kuminga, Peyton, probably like my 3 favorites, assuming all 3 of those guys start. And then, like, if Moody starts, I think Moody's a pretty good value. I'm fine with going to Looney. Off the bench, if you want to play JTA or Damian Lee, I think it's fine. Again, Golden State, they only have 9 players available, so these guys are going to play a ton. Whether they start or come off the bench, there's going to be a lot of minutes available. So you're going to have to play some Warriors. I think those 3 are my favorites, though. Also, my Yahoo lineup: Dinwiddie, Poole, Booker, Edwards, Kuminga, Carter, Pirtle, Trent. Booker, Edwards, Kuminga. I mean, I think that's fine, Damien. I think that's fine. I would probably want more than just 2 Warriors. Like, I think I'd be playing 3, maybe 4 Warriors, just because they all project so well. But that's still fun. What are your thoughts on Aaron Gordon and Barton, assuming Jokic is out? I mean, both would look really good. I mean, Aaron Gordon and Barton both get big bumps whenever Jokic sits. Jokic is obviously such a high usage player. He's a ball dominant player that when he's off the floor, it just allows for guys like Barton and Gordon to do much more offensively. So they would both look like really good plays if Jokic doesn't play. For now, I'm expecting Jokic to play, but we'll see. Butler and Murray or Jokic and OG? If Jokic plays, give me the second one, but that's really close. Are you still on Kuz? I still think Kuzma's a really good play. I think Kuzma and Dinwiddie both look good. I mean, they're going to, if this game's close, they're going to play like upper 30s minutes. Their usage is going to be way up without Bradley Beal. We've seen Kuzma and Dinwiddie both be really good in the games that Beal has missed this season. So I think both are pretty good plays. Claxton on Yahoo. I think Claxton's fine on Yahoo. He's not like a priority for me. He's a little bit more expensive there than he is on DraftKings. But with LaMarcus Aldridge out, I think Claxton will play at least mid to upper 20s in minutes. And he's been productive when he's gotten minutes. But you have guys like Jackson Hayes you can play for cheaper if Jackson Hayes starts again. You got JTA you could go to for cheap. But I think Claxton's still fine. He should be really low owned on Yahoo. He's not projecting that well, so I think his ownership's going to be really low today. Of the Golden State guys, who do you think is the most fadeable? Gary Payton, maybe. The most fadeable? It's going to be hard to fade Gary Payton just because he's so cheap. Like, I guess Jordan Poole could be the most fadeable. Like, we've seen Jordan Poole fail. Like, I want to say last time Curry was out, Jordan Poole was like, he did terrible, if I remember correctly. I can't remember what game it was. I think it might have been this game against Detroit. I can't remember. I remember last time, though, Curry was out and Jordan Poole was like, he was terrible. He did so bad. So, like, I think Poole might be the most fadeable. It'd be tough to fade, like, the value guys because these guys are just so cheap. It's going to be really hard for them to fail at their price points if they play, 28, 30 minutes. Whereas Poole at 5,500, like, he could score 26 DraftKings points tonight, and I wouldn't be surprised, which, obviously at his price, that's not really that good. Thoughts on James Johnson? Yeah, James Johnson, his minutes have been up lately. Does that continue? I really don't know. When it comes to Brooklyn, man, like, outside of like Harden and Kyrie, like, you just never know who else is going to get minutes. I don't think I'd be going to James Johnson today. I think his minutes, like, he's not even projecting for that many minutes last time I looked. He's projected for 22 minutes. If almost 4K, I just don't think James Johnson is worth going to. We did just get word that Brandon Ingram is available to play today, so that will be important to watch. We have to wait and see who starts for the Pelicans, because right now I have Jackson Hayes as one of my favorite values, but yeah, if he doesn't start, I'll be off of Jackson Hayes. Now that Ingram is available, like, I would just, yeah, man, the Pelicans are not a team I have much interest in. Any love for Montrezl Harrell with the shorter rotation? No Beal. I mean, I think Montrezl Harrell is still going to split center minutes with Thomas Bryant. They started Thomas Bryant last game. I think Thomas Bryant will start again. So, like, Thomas Bryant probably plays 24, 25 minutes, and Harrell probably plays like 20 to 24 minutes. It's like, I don't think Harrell really stands out. He's still going to be splitting minutes with Thomas Bryant. I don't know if Beal being out really impacts Harrell or his minutes at all. It doesn't impact his minutes at all because he's basically just going to be the backup center regardless. Thoughts on the Magic big men? I mean, I think Wendell Carter, I don't know why, but every time Wendell Carter plays the Bulls, he just goes off. It's a revenge game against his former team. If you want to factor that in, you can. I think on this slate, Wendell Carter doesn't stand out as like a top play, but he's viable because he's going to play like 30, 32 minutes if it's a close game. And for some reason, every time he plays the Bulls, he just crushes. Thoughts on J-Val? I mean, I think J-Val, like, on this slate, he's in play, but not a priority for me. I would have preferred Brandon Ingram be out because I think J-Val's upside without Ingram is a lot higher. With Ingram playing now, I mean, J-Val's just like an okay option. How about Patrick Beverley? Yeah, I don't know about Beverley. I think there's a good chance Beverley could see a minutes limit. He's been like kind of banged up all season. They've been taking it easy on Beverley. Even when he comes back from injury, he sometimes is limited. So yeah, I'm not really that high on Beverley, even with Russell out. Kuzma or Barnes? Give me Kuzma. Peyton, Poole, Murray, Butler, Kuminga, Keldon Johnson, Pirtle, Trent. Is out, might switch to Johnson and Gordon. I like that, Damien. I like that. I would if Jokic is out, I would for sure play Gordon over Johnson. Thoughts on Cam Johnson? I mean, Cam Johnson for me, we're gonna have to wait and see if Jay Crowder plays. If Jay Crowder plays, I have zero interest in Cam Johnson. Now that Jay Crowder and DeAndre Ayton are both questionable, it's really tough to go to guys like Cam Johnson and Bismack just because we don't even know if they're going to get their normal minutes. They're the minutes they've been getting because, Crowder could be back, Ayton could be back. I don't think I'd be going to Cam Johnson. Does Claxton get decent minutes tonight? I mean, you would have to think with Aldridge out, he probably plays like at least 22, 24 minutes. I think if Ayton plays, that's probably a good thing because that makes it more likely that the Nets are forced to play one of their big guys. This game won't go small if Ayton plays. So I think if like Ayton plays, it's probably good for Claxton because they're going to need some size out there going up against Ayton. I think regardless though, Claxton will get like 22, 24 minutes. And if he's playing well, he could get into like the upper 20s. Still like Hayes if he starts. If he starts, I think he's a really good value. We don't have the Pelicans starting lineup yet. We're still waiting for that. We'll have to make adjustments depending on how that shakes out. But yeah, Jackson Hayes, if he starts again, I think he's a really good value. Towns, Vucer, CP3. Give me CP3 there. Monte Morris, Poole, or Graham. I'll take Poole between those three. Anyone playing Kelly Olynyk? I don't think I'd be going to Kelly Olynyk. I don't think, like, his minutes, I don't think his minutes are going to be that good. Let's see how many minutes he's been playing lately. I mean, last game he played 20 minutes. Like, yeah, I just don't. 5,200 Kelly Olynyk probably plays, like, 22 minutes. I just wouldn't do that. There's too much other, good value to be playing a 5,200 Kelly Olynyk who probably plays, like, 20 minutes. Is Brandon Ingram in play if no minutes limit? I mean, he's in play. We know Brandon Ingram always has upside, but, like, does he really stand out on this slate? I don't think so. And he could be on minutes limit. Like, we don't know. He hasn't played in, like, a week and a half. So, I think Brandon Ingram's a riskier option. Not someone I'd be too excited to roster, personally. Thoughts on Avia instead of Damian Lee? I mean, I think you could do that. We did get word that Aaron Holiday is going to start for Bradley Beal. So I don't know, like, how many minutes does Avia play off the bench, especially if Holiday's starting. I think just given the 9-man rotation for Golden State, I would probably play Damian Lee over Avia. Just because Golden State's so shorthanded, like, we know Damian Lee's going to play at least, like, 20 minutes minimum. Probably gets, like, 24, 25. I would play Damian Lee straight up, I think. Irving or Mills? You talking about Patty Mills? I mean, if you're saying Kyrie or Patty Mills, I would definitely play Kyrie. Okay, we did just get the Pelicans starting lineup, and they are starting Jackson Hayes again. So I think, yeah, Jackson Hayes, man, really good value. I mean, Jackson Hayes started yesterday, and he played over 30 minutes. He was really productive. He's only 3,700. Like, I think Jackson Hayes plays 30 minutes again, and probably averages close to a fantasy point per minute. So I think Jackson Hayes is a really good value. I like him quite a bit. I wonder if they're going to keep doing that. I thought them starting Jackson Hayes yesterday was just kind of matchup based, but it looks like they're going to keep rolling with that. It's kind of crazy. They got basically two centers starting alongside each other. Any thoughts on Cade Cunningham? I mean, on this slate, I don't think Cade Cunningham really stands out. Jeremy Grant is back, so, like, I think that kind of cuts into Cunningham's upside. Cunningham's just been such a, like, really volatile player this year. It seems like Cunningham either puts up like 50 or he puts up like 30, and there's like no in between for him. He's like over 8K now, so I don't really see much interest in Cade, personally. Payton or Gary Trent? I mean, if you have the salary, I would play Gary Trent over Gary Payton. But I think Payton is one of the better values, straight up. Any interest in OG? I mean, just for the minutes, I think OG's in play. Like, the 5 starters for the Raptors, those guys are always in play just because they're going to play so many minutes if it's a close game. I don't know if there's one guy that stands out like head and shoulders above the rest from the Raptors, but like the starters, I mean, if it's a close game, you're going to get like 36, 40 minutes from all 5 of the Raptors starters. So OG is, firmly viable. Is Hayes one of your top values now, or do you prefer other values? I like Hayes quite a bit now that he's starting. I like him quite a bit. Last one in for 4,300. Probably would go Jackson Hayes there. He's 3,700. I'd probably take him. Would you prioritize Kuzma or Dinwiddie or both? I think between Kuzma or Dinwiddie, when you look at the pricing, I would rather play Dinwiddie because I think Dinwiddie has just as much upside as Kuzma, and he's way cheaper. But I think both are really good. I mean, I like both quite a bit. And, full transparency, right now I have both in my lineup. Wendell Carter or Trent? Give me Gary Trent. Yeah, we did just get word D'Angelo Russell's out, but I think Russell was already expected to be out. He was doubtful, so that's not really that surprising. Dinwiddie or Poole? See, that's a close one. Man, that's a close one. Like, I think both are great plays. I think you probably want to play both, but if I had to choose between one of Dinwiddie or Poole, slight edge to Jordan Poole. But man, that's really close. I just give the slight edge to Poole because I think there's a little bit less blowout risk in that game. But who the fuck knows at this point? Seems like the games that you expect to blow out, those are the ones that don't, and the games that you expect to stay close, those are the ones that blow out. You think Mills goes for at least 30 DK points? I wouldn't project Patty Mills for 30 DK points. I mean, now that Harden's back, I don't really have any interest in Patty Mills. And Patty Mills right now, he's projected for 24.4 DK points. So he's fallen way under that projection. Wendell Carter Jr. or Kuz? Give me Kuzma. Towns or Ant? I would play Towns straight up over Ant, especially if Jokic is out. I think if Jokic is out, it kind of becomes a sneaky good spot for Cat. Thoughts on Brandon Ingram? Yeah, we talked about Brandon Ingram. Like, he's okay, but man, like, I really don't have much interest from the Pelicans. Like, that team in general, I don't think really anything stands out outside of Jackson Hayes. Now that Jackson Hayes is starting again, I like him for value. That's really the only guy I like from the Pelicans. Two favorite studs on DK. I mean, I think if he plays Jokic and Giannis, I mean, probably my two favorite studs. There's enough value on this slate, you can pretty easily pay up for those guys. So probably Jokic, Giannis would be the way I go. 5,400 for small forward. Who's the best option? I mean, if you play Cam Johnson, you just gotta hope that Jay Crowder's out. Yeah, like if Jay Crowder plays, I wouldn't really want to play Cam Johnson. Man, like small forward's just so bad today. I guess just play Cam Johnson and hope that Jay Crowder's out. That's probably your best bet. You like any Bulls tonight? I think DeRozan looks pretty good. I don't mind DeRozan on this slate. He's probably my favorite Bull. But outside of DeRozan, like, I'm not too excited about many Bulls today. Just when they're fully healthy, when they're priced where they should be, it's hard to get too excited about, many Chicago guys. I think this is just shaping up as like you jam in some Warriors value and then you kind of fit in the studs you want around that. That's the way I'm approaching this slate. What do you find your projections? I don't make my own projections. I subscribe to a site that offers projections. I don't make my own. Peyton or Moody? I would take Peyton straight up. Is Siakam or Vooch a better play? Between Siakam or Vooch, I'd give a slight edge to Vooch, but that's a coin flip, I think. I'm going to answer this last question from Chris, and we're going to hop out of here. Best forward under 5,800? Let's take a look. Under 5,800, I mean, whew. Okay, we just got word Jokic will play. So Jokic is playing today. I do want to hit on that real quick. So, there you go. But best forward under 5,800, I mean, I'd probably say like Keldon Johnson might be my favorite play there. Again, there's not much I like in that price range, but I'd probably go Keldon Johnson if I had to pick anyone there, Chris. But all right, guys, I'm out of here. Best of luck tonight. We will see you guys tomorrow. We'll be back an hour before lock. I think we do have a big slate tomorrow. Usually on Wednesdays, we kind of always have big slates. But good luck tonight, guys. Appreciate you watching. Make sure to hit the like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. And we'll be back tomorrow an hour before lock. I will see you guys then. Peace.